Hello once again, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, with another Heritage Auction win. This time, I was a little bit different with my Heritage Auction. For those who don't know, Heritage Auction is one of many auction sites that puts on, at this point, I've seen at least every month or so, a Star Wars collection they put up there. And unlike some of the other ones like Hague's Auctions and other ones, these are much more affordable prices. They are non-AFA graded carded figures, usually from a collection. And sometimes they put them in bundles, and that's kind of where I come in. I try to put a bid on a bundle of items that I feel like, you know, there are items in it within that bundle that I feel like I can add to the collection, and then there are other items that maybe I'll purchase and then put out for the Star Wars sale, you know, to try to reap back or get back some of the cost. So it's been a fun little thing to try to do. I mean, I'm really slowly trying. My ultimate goal is to have a vintage collection, and I'm talking original vintage, 1970, 77, or 78 to 85, 86, complete carded collection. They do not have to be AFA high number. They don't have to be AFA graded. In fact, I'd almost rather they not AFA graded. I just want a carded sample of every figure. And I don't need one from every time. Like, you know, they put Luke Skywalker from Tatooine. They put him on Star Wars package, Empire package, Jedi package. I don't need that. I just need one of every figure. Now, I've amassed a pretty decent amount. I think I have up to about 70 figures. But there are still some that I'm probably never going to get a hold of, because even if I was able to find a damage card, that's what I look for. I look for damage cards, price stickers, maybe somebody drew on the card, maybe the bubbles cracking. I look for those types of cards, because even those, from a value standpoint, are going to go up. So it just seems like the Star Wars vintage line retro, and I'm, you know, again, I always have to preface it, 70s and 80s retro and vintage seems to be absolutely insane in what they have coming out. So this was I believe this was a 3-pack. Now, unlike some auctions that Heritage have done, I guess it comes down to whomever was you know, consigning the auction. These don't appear to have any. These don't appear to have any cases, which is fine by me. I'm not in any way. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe it may not be a 3-fer. It might only be a 2-fer. Let me see. Let's get through this. And yeah, the box does seem, with all the packing, I'm thinking 1. I'm thinking 2, maybe. I am honestly not sure. I thought it was 3, but maybe it was 2. One of the things I did this time, I'm guessing it's 2. One of the things I'm doing this time is that I actually placed my highest amount. I put the bid out there. I did not look at the update. I figured if I'm meant to win it, I'll win it with that number. Because the problem with auctions, kids, and anybody here who thinks they want to do this, and it happens with eBay, but it really happens a lot with some of these bigger, you know, auction house places, is, you know, we get into this buyer's remorse, I should say. Yeah, buyer's remorse. You have this, you know, you have to ask yourself, what is the goal? Are you purchasing these to add these figures to your collection? Is it a really good deal for a bundled item? And, you know, that kind of thing. Or are you simply doing it because you want to win? You want to be the guy that wins. You want to be the guy that says, "Ha, this is mine." That is a very fleeting feeling. So, and if you're especially someone who struggles with keeping your finances straight and things of that nature, if you struggle with finances, this is not the activity to be involved with. Having said that, I do enjoy the Heritage Auction. There are more auctions coming up, and I've been, you know, doing the same thing. Rather than get wrapped up in the auction right then and there, I've been doing more with just putting out something I really want. I put my highest bid amount, let it go, see what happens. Oftentimes it will get swiped up, and that's okay. I'm feeling less and less worried about that. All right, so the packing on this is very interesting, because they use like packing tape, this is the death knell for if it touched the card. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. But it looks like they did a pretty good job of avoiding it touching the card. Most of the cards I'm able to afford are, in fact, Return of the Jedi cards, because they are the ones that were most massively produced. So we have the Return of the Jedi Biker Scout from a Toys R Us. The price on the card for the Toys R Us was $2.87. Okay, this is sorry for the glare. There you go. Pretty decent card, actually. A little tiny crease at the top. You know, as cards go, a little yellowing, but not too bad. The card itself is pretty immaculate. And these are from Return of the Jedi, so what are we talking about? We're talking about 77 back, okay? So that's what we have there. I'm going to leave it in its plastic protector for now. I need to order some more star cases. I wish they would make the thinner star cases. Maybe there are. I think they only do like the hard acrylics. But there he is. And I don't think I've had him. I may have him. I'm not sure. I know I have an ATST driver, so that might be what I have a double of. But that's Biker Scout. So really, really good. Great figure. And again, I kind of like the sticker because it's a throwback to this is where we did, you know, price stickers. I used to work in a retail establishment. I had the little gun that would, you know, put the little sticker on every price. It was fun. So to me, that's a throwback to see those old Toys R Us stickers. Them and the KB Toy Hobby. Those are my two go-tos for picking up figures. But Biker Scout. All right. Now I will say Heritage Auction does have a pretty, you know, be careful if you are going to use them. They are, I don't want to say notorious, but you got to be really careful with how much money you are spending. It might say, like say $50, but then you look in the parentheses next to that and there's like a buyer premium, which makes the total number say $120. So, you know, they're getting an amount for it and the auction house is getting their amount. I think that's how they do it. Some places do like a percentage. It kind of varies. And there have been other ones. I mean, obviously, but that, you know, as the last Heritage Auction I won a few months ago, they were not. Oh, there were 3 figures. Okay, there were 2. I thought. But these were a little bit better. At least the ones. That one was definitely. Trying to not have to undo this whole thing, but let me see if can I gently pull this out. Nope. Okay, we're gonna be a little more careful. Just gonna work our way down. Other plastics, which makes it better. Okay. Yeah, this is the kind of thing where, you know, in some cases, yeah, it looks like I'm pretty sure I actually I think the Biker Scout was the new one, right? And I wanted to get the Biker Scout, but I figured if the next one here is ATST driver, and also in pretty good condition. The card is got a tiny crease at the top. Obviously, these were all punched because these were all with the Toys R Us stickers. You can see they were all hanging on the pegs. But this is the ATST driver. Again, $287. I know exactly what happened. Some very smart, savvy guy, you know, went into those into Toys R Us in those later times when all these figures were on clearance, or even just paying $287 for them. But I remember there being, as I've mentioned on the channel before, there have been bins filled, stacked to the top. Oh my gosh, I would have taken $200 and I would have gone in and picked up as many of them as I could and just put them away, wrap them up like this. Brilliant move on that part. The bubble again is a little bit yellow, but the card is immaculate. It's really in good shape. And again, the sticker, that probably devalues it a little bit, but I still think that's good. This one I already have a pretty good one up here, so I am going to take this one. Make sure, yeah, I'm going to put this one out on the sale. So if you get around here for the yard sale, the Star Wars garage sale at the end of June, 26, 7, 8, and 9, you will see this one up for sale. But I will tell you, I'm not going to do any upfront or ahead of time deals. Okay, the vintage stuff stays up, and the reason is very simple, because when I put out advertising, I do include the bulk of the items that I put out for sale are 1994 or later. I mean, you know, premiums and toys and figures and all sorts of different stuff, and advertising and whatever. But I do also include vintage 70s and 80s mint on card toys in the advertising. So for people that might want to make that trip, I recommend this. Show up at my door on Thursday morning at 7:30, 8ish. All right, you have the best shot. If you show up on Friday, you show up on Saturday, I guarantee you these will be sold by then. Okay, but this is definitely going in the sell pile. And then our other one is the Rebel Commando, and this one has a Gemco sticker on it. I would say of the three, This one has a pretty good card, actually. Okay, it's a pretty good card. This is the Rebel Commando. I love this figure for Army Builder, and I'm actually trying to find a bunch of loose ones so I can maybe do a little customizing and do some different things with them. And I've just been enjoying. I've kind of really gotten into picking up, bulk vintage, dirty old boxes of played with figures. Those are my favorite kind. I like the played with ones. I mean, that means that they had a life, that means they were played with, they were enjoyed. I think about the imaginations and the stories that went on, that were told with those figures in their backyards, But anyway, this guy obviously was not played with. Again, yellowing on the card, so it won't be, won't fetch the top dollar, but I will put it out there. Probably going to put both of these out for about 150 each. We'll start with that and see, unless somebody wants to make a deal on both of them. There are other vintage figures that will be going out. But yeah, I believe the Biker Scout. I don't think the Rebel Command. I have to look at my records. But these two will go in the collection, or this one will go in the collection. Now this one I got to double check. That one's definitely going out. So I'm excited to have been able to do that. Heritage auction, great place. And as I said, they run auctions like once a month or so. I mean, they run auctions all the time, but sometimes they're fine art, they're coins, other collectible items. So I'm going to definitely reach out to their website. And as I said, I'm in the running for a couple of items that I'm going to put my high bid and leave it alone. And if I get an email that says I won, great. If not, no big deal. It went to someone else, and that's good on them. So that's going to do it for this episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Like, subscribe, hit the notification. Let's let more people know about the channel. I'm in a long-term kind of transition. I'm getting slowly starting to think about retiring from my day job, and I really hope to try to make this channel something that I can do for a hobby in my retirement years, and I'm excited to continue to build it. So I hope, I'm trying different things. You'll see that a previous episode I was starting to go through flea markets and going through some toy shows, and I'm going to start checking it out from that end. As I said, I'm looking to kind of finish a collection of these, since I think the current state of Star Wars collecting modern toys is kind of starting to pull back. I know that the Hasbro CEO wants to really look more into digital content, which I totally get. I don't know if vintage collection is much long for this world in terms of the newer stuff. Fine by me. I've been enjoying what they've been putting out, and if they decide to take a break, I'm okay with that. I'd like to focus on this a little bit, and I want to try to complete some more box collections for some of my. I have pretty much all of the from my youth. I have all of the vehicles and play sets. I'm just trying to, finish up on the boxes that I wasn't able to keep, that kind of thing. So it's going to be a fun journey to continue with this as I start to sell off some of the other stuff. I still plan on keeping the vintage collection new stuff. I still plan on keeping the vintage collection boxed new stuff. The Disney crossover stuff, Disney droids, Galaxy's Edge, that kind of stuff. So it's still going to be a pretty robust collection. It's going to be kind of more center focused. But I'm really glad to add this guy to my vintage card collection. And as vintage cards go, he's a pretty top-notch item, except for the sticker, but I'm actually okay with that. All right, check me out on Instagram and Bluesky. I'm no longer on Twitter, but I appreciate Red 5 Network for promoting the channel on Twitter. Check out all the other content for Red 5. You also can check out Darth Tuba's unboxing page on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, as I said. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.